Hey guys, today I wanted to do a quick video and show you some very useful vitamins and supplements and other products that I use every single day, or at least every second day. So I'm going to start with the vitamins. I take vitamin E. This is 100 UI and I take 200 UI. So I take 2 of these every single morning. And on top of that, I take 1 drop of vitamin D3. I use the vitamin D and the vitamin E for hot flashes. Now, I'm 30 years old, so you might think it a little bit odd that I'm getting hot flashes, but I've actually been getting them since I was 17 years old, and so far no doctor or nurse or anybody has been able to tell me why. So I did a little bit of research online, and I found out that apparently vitamin E can really help with hot flashes. And vitamin D can also help with hot flashes. Actually, it was a combination of online research and a pharmacist telling me that vitamin D can help with it. Anyway, so I started having hot flashes when I was 17 years old, very sporadically, like all over the place. They'd happen at random, and I had no idea why. Back then, though, it wasn't just a hot flash. It was the weirdest thing ever, and still to this day, I haven't figured out a reason for it. But what would happen is my entire body would feel like it was on fire. And I would get nauseous, and I would get dizzy, and if I didn't sit down or lay down within 30 seconds, everything would go black, my eyesight would go black, and I would faint. So it wasn't just a hot flash, it was also like a fainting spell on top of it. As I got older, and especially since I reached 30 last summer, I was noticing that these hot flashes and fainting spells were actually getting worse and happening a lot more frequently. When I turned 30, my hot flashes started happening every single day. And not just once a day, like I was having hot flashes multiple times a day. Anyway, since I started using vitamin E and vitamin D, these hot flash / fainting spells have actually stopped. So back in February, I finally decided to do some extensive research into it and try and figure out why they were happening and how to get rid of them. So far, I haven't really come up with a reason as to why, but I did come up with a solution as to how to deal with it. I was looking online and I found that vitamin E can help with hot flashes, and I was talking to a pharmacist about it. The recommended highest dose you can take is 400 UI. This is what I take. This is 100 UI, so I take 2 of these. I'm at 200 UI, which is what I wanted to start with. And in doing a little more research and talking to a pharmacist, they told me that vitamin D is actually really good for hot flashes. Again, like I said, the highest dose they recommend taking is 400 UI. Reason being is because vitamin E can build up in your system and it can be really dangerous. And then with the vitamin D, I just take 1 drop a day. This is vitamin D3 and it's 1000 UI. So I take 1000 UI vitamin D3 every morning and 200 UI vitamin E every morning. And since I started taking the vitamin D and the vitamin E every day, I have noticed that my hot flashes, even the first day, like I wrote a note about it because I was trying to keep track of it the first couple of days. I started taking the vitamin D and the vitamin E on February 7th of 2024, so this year. So I've been taking it for just over 3 months now. And in those 3 months, even in just the first 3 days, I went from having multiple hot flash / fainting spell episodes every single day to not even having one in those first 3 days I took it. And I was just like, wow, like it's working. And like I said, it's been over 3 months now. And in that amount of time, I can honestly tell you, like right now, I can't even remember the last time I had a hot flash / fainting spell. I honestly can't remember when it happened last. And it's awesome, because I went from having them every single day, multiple times a day, to not at all. For anybody that is dealing with hot flashes and you're looking for a solution, I would recommend trying 200 UI vitamin E and 1000 UI vitamin D every day. However, if you do want to move up to the 400 UI, I would highly recommend talking to a pharmacist or a doctor before doing so, because like I said, vitamin E can build up in your system very quickly and cause adverse effects. Moving on to my supplements. Now, these are the supplements that I take every single day. This is the first one. This is Amare Ignite, and it is a sexual wellness and hormone balance supplement. They have Ignite for her and Ignite for him, and it works. I'm not going to tell you the specifics behind why I take it, but it does work. And then I take Mood Plus. This is an all-natural mood support, and this stuff is incredible. Before I started taking this, I was really down and depressed and crying all the time because of some of my life circumstances that I have no control over. And I just honestly felt really bad. And since I started taking this, like, I'll be honest, the first couple of days or so that I took this, I felt incredible. And then the Mercury retrograde hit and I felt like absolute garbage. But it had nothing to do with taking the Mood Plus. It all had to do with the Mercury retrograde. I'm a very sensitive person, so things like that really adversely affect me. But since the Mercury retrograde passed, I've been feeling a lot better. I haven't had a really down and depressed day where I've been crying my eyes out constantly for a while now. I have had a couple days where I've cried, yes, I'll admit that. But it hasn't been really down and depressed and to the point of not being able to stop crying. Whereas before, that's exactly what it was like. Like, I would start crying and I just couldn't seem to stop. So this stuff works really well. As for the Ignite and the Mood Plus, you can get this stuff from amariglobal.com. And then we have my Amari Happy Juice, which I take every morning, which most of you guys are well aware of with my Amari Happy Juice updates and whatnot that I did a while back. Now, with the Amari Happy Juice, you get 3 different supplements. Here they are here in stick packs. Depending on which Amari Happy Juice you buy from amariglobal.com, you may not get all stick packs. With the regular Happy Juice pack, you'll get your Amari Edge and your Energy Plus in stick packs, and your Mentabiotics in a container, which looks like this. Oh. So it comes in a container. And depending on which flavor of Amari Edge you get, this is the grape flavor, which comes in a stick pack. But if you get a different flavor, it might come in a little container, a little bit smaller than this one. If you go with the On The Go pack, which is what I've been doing lately, you'll get all 3 supplements in stick packs. Again, we have our Amari Edge, which is mood, motivation, and metabolism. And this is grape flavor. We have our Energy Plus, which is all natural mental energy and motivation. And then we have our Mentabiotics, which is advanced gut-brain nutrition. Now this stuff is incredible. When I first get up in the morning, I feel very tired and fatigued, and I don't really have that much motivation, determination, or drive to even get up out of bed. Of course, I push myself and I do it anyway, but it's very difficult. And I certainly don't have the amount of energy I need to get through my day. After I drink this stuff, I feel full of motivation, I feel full of determination, I have just the right amount of energy. I have the get up and go and drive that I need to get through my day, and I just feel really good. Now, I've noticed since I started taking this stuff with the Mood Plus on top of it, I feel even better. I didn't think it was possible to feel better than I do with this stuff, but with the combination of the two, I feel even better. This stuff by itself makes me feel really good. But with the combination of the Mood Plus and the Amari Happy Juice, I feel even better. And the Mood Plus takes care of the really down, depressed times where I just want to cry all the time. And I'm not really good for much of anything during those times. This takes care of it completely for the most part. Next, we have my skincare routine. This is what I use for cystic acne. And this stuff is incredible. I am on a medication that causes me to break out in really bad cystic acne on my face and my back, and a couple other areas on my body. And when I use this stuff, I don't break out. Like, look how clear and beautiful my skin is right now, my face alone. And then we have my back. It is a little broke out, but it's really not that bad. When I don't use this stuff, I break out like crazy and it's god-awful. Now, I have talked about this stuff in some of my Amari updates, so some of you may be familiar with it by now. But again, it's called Paula's Choice. It's a liquid exfoliant. It says 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, and it says salicylic acid, all skin types. Now, if you look at the back, it says 3 because it's supposed to be step 3 in your skincare routine. Now, I'll be honest, I don't do 3 steps in my skincare. I don't. All I do is wash my face with soap. I don't use just any soap, though. I use Dove because it's really good for your skin. So I wash my face with Dove soap, of course rinse it off, dry my face, and then I put this stuff on. Now what I like about this stuff is unlike other skincare products, you don't put it on and then wash it off. You just put it on and leave it. You use it once or twice a day. I started with once a day. I started at nighttime, and I worked my way up to using it twice a day once at night and once in the morning. The only drawback I've really found with using this is in the daytime you have to use sunscreen. But I mean, when it's getting really warm out anyway, you should be using sunscreen, so it's not a huge deal. And last but not least, I want to show you guys what shampoo and conditioner I use. The reason why is because I'm somebody that used to lose a lot of hair. Like, as you can tell, I have long hair. I used to lose at least 50 hairs a day, and every time I would have a shower, I would lose at least that. To the point where I honestly didn't want to shower and wash my hair. I did, I just didn't want to because I knew I was going to lose so much hair, and every time I did lose hair, it was very disheartening. So I suffered with that for years. Now, I can't take all the credit for finding the product myself because unfortunately I was actually in the hospital when I was first introduced to it. I was in the hospital because I had to have somebody drop off shampoo and conditioner and stuff to me. And this time, they got me Aussie, because I only use Aussie or Tresemme in my hair. I don't use anything else. But they got me Aussie Total Miracle 7-in-1 shampoo and conditioner with apricot and Australian macadamia oil. I hadn't seen this stuff before. Now, I've definitely used Aussie in the past because, like I said, I only use Aussie or Tresemme. And right away, after the first couple of washes with it, I noticed, hey, I'm not losing hair anymore. And I was like, oh, well, that's odd. And then I got out of the hospital and I continued to use it. And I realized, hey, I'm still not losing hair. Like, at first, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, oh, that's great. And then I finally clued in and I realized, I said, wait a minute, I'm using different shampoo and conditioner. So I tested it out and I stopped using this kind for a couple days to a week. And I realized I was starting to lose hair again. So I started using it again and I stopped losing hair. So there's the shampoo and there's the conditioner. Now, as you'll notice, these are huge bottles of shampoo and conditioner. I wanted to get large bottles so I didn't run out for a while. And I got those big bottles on Amazon. But yeah, this stuff is incredible. I went from losing 50 plus hairs a day to not losing any to maybe losing 1 hair per shower, depending on how long it's been since I've used this. If I go 1 too many days without using this, I will start losing hair again. But I find if I wash my hair with this stuff at least once every 3 days, generally I go for once every 2 days. I don't like to wash my hair every single day because it doesn't get oily that often and it really ruins your hair to do that. But if I use this once every 3 days, I don't lose hair. So as long as you use it twice a week, you shouldn't lose any hair. But if you're somebody that loses a lot of hair every single day, then I would highly recommend the Total Miracle 7-in-1 shampoo and conditioner by Aussie with apricot and Australian macadamia oil. Now, there is one drawback to using this shampoo and conditioner. The only thing I've noticed with this, the only drawback, the only negative to it, is that right after I wash my hair for a little while, it is extremely frizzy. And so far, I haven't found a good product to get rid of the frizz. I'm still looking. But I'll take having frizzy hair for a day over losing 50 or more hairs a day. Any day. But like I said, losing all that hair is really disheartening. Especially for me. The reason why is because I have really thin hair to begin with. It's hard to tell when it's dry. It doesn't look super thin. But when my hair is wet, you can tell it's super, super thin. So of course, having super thin hair, I don't want to lose a bunch of it. So those were some very useful vitamins and supplements and other products that I use every day to every second day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.